The sound of the door slamming was the end of everything Dom knew. It wasn't just a door, it was the final, devastating echo of his life as a failure. He stood frozen in his East Los Angeles apartment, staring at the divorce papers on the table, realizing his wife left because she saw no future in his empty pockets. At 35, he was officially invisible to the city of angels, a man with nothing to his name but debts and broken promises. He checked his bank account, $42.18. A grown man with less than $50 to survive the month. The shame was a physical burn, amplified by the sight of his friends planning trips to Vegas, mocking him behind his back as the broke friend. He looked in the mirror and saw a loser, a man who had let comfort destroy his own potential and dignity. That night, he sat in the dark, eating stale bread, letting the tears fall. This wasn't sadness. This was raw, humiliating suffering. To win, he whispered to the silence, "You must suffer." He vowed to kill the old Dom right then and there. His first act, cutting off all distractions. He sold the TV, the gaming console, and canceled the internet. Anything that gave him cheap dopamine or escape was gone, replaced only by a desperate, focused silence. He needed income. He took the night shift as a janitor at a tech office, cleaning toilets for kids younger than him. The humiliation was his fuel. Every mop swipe was a reminder of his wife's disappointment and his friend's mockery. By day, he hauled cement on a construction site under the brutal LA sun until his hands were raw and bleeding. His body screamed, his back seized. But he remembered the bank balance and kept moving. There was no going back. He moved out of his apartment and rented a tiny, windowless closet in a dangerous neighborhood. For 6 months, he didn't laugh, he didn't smile, and he didn't speak to anyone. He just worked 18 hours a day. When friends called, asking him to get over it, he blocked them. He needed focus, not pity. One night, his old car died on the 405. He couldn't afford a tow. He abandoned it and walked 6 miles home in the rain, shivering and defeated. Every agonizing step was a self-inflicted reminder of the price of being poor. When he finally reached his room, he checked his balance, $5,000 saved. His suffering was finally generating value. He started applying for professional sales jobs, knowing he had no experience, just hunger. Rejection 1, Rejection 5, Rejection 10. The corporate world told him he was too old, too rough, not a culture fit. 20 rejections later, the world was screaming at him to stay in the gutter. On the 24th interview, at a small real estate firm, the manager saw the desperation in his eyes. "I'm starving," Dom told him. The manager hired him on commission only. No sales, no pay. Dom was the first in the office at 6 a.m., the last one out at 9 p.m. He ate peanut butter sandwiches at his desk while others took long, expensive lunches. He called until his voice was raw, swallowing abuse, remembering his ex-wife with every dial tone. 3 months passed. 0 sales. His savings were draining fast. The fear returned, sharp and cold. Then, a miracle cold call. An elderly lady wanted to sell a dilapidated duplex in Inglewood. Dom raced there, seeing not mold and broken tiles, but pure, unadulterated opportunity. He closed the deal. His commission was $12,000. He stared at the check, the physical proof of his fight. He deposited 100% of it. No watch, no dinner, no celebration. Just more rice and beans. He kept the janitor job. The colleagues laughed, but Dom wasn't building a bank account. He was building a fortress. Year 1, Dom made $80,000, spent $20,000. The rest went into buying his first rundown duplex. He moved into the worst unit, the one with the broken heater, to save on rent and maximize cash flow. He became a plumber, a carpenter, and a handyman by night, learning everything from YouTube. His hands were constantly bruised, his body permanently aching, his social life non-existent. The suffering was still there, but it had changed. It was the pain of a sculptor shaping raw material. Year 2, he refinanced the first duplex and bought a fourplex in a neighboring county. He finally quit the janitor job, not to rest, but to pour every waking hour into finding more deals. He started wearing suits, not for show, but because the uniform commanded respect on the closing table. He ran into an old friend who looked identical to 5 years ago, still complaining about his job. "You got lucky, Dom," the friend sneered. Dom just smiled. He didn't explain the 4 a.m. start times. 5 years passed. Discipline became momentum. His small savings had compounded into real, physical assets. Dom wasn't just an agent. He was an investor with 50 units across the metro area. The cash flow was now torrential, money arriving whether he woke up or not. He finally bought a quiet house in the hills, not for status, but for the peace he had earned. He walked onto the balcony, looking down at the city that tried to bury him. It was small now. He checked his accounts. 7 figures. He felt a tear, not of pain, but of gratitude for the journey. His ex-wife called. She had heard the news. She talked softly about making a mistake. Dom felt nothing. No anger, no triumph. Just cold, calm indifference. "There's no us," he said. "The man you married died 5 years ago in a janitor's closet." He hung up. The final chain to his past was broken. He worked out hard, the physical pain a reminder that he was still alive and still fighting. He realized the money didn't bring happiness. The transformation he underwent did. He started a program teaching the brutal truth: success requires a nightmare to achieve the dream. He told them, "You want the view? Then you have to fall in love with the suffering." He now drives down Rodeo Drive. He sees a defeated man sitting on a curb, the ghost of his past. Dom stops and walks over, handing the man a bill, but giving him something more powerful. "This pain you feel?" Dom tells him. "It's energy. Use it to burn your old life down." The secret isn't avoiding pain. The secret is choosing your pain wisely. You can suffer the pain of regret, the pain of being broke, the pain of being forgotten. Or you can suffer the pain of discipline, of rejection, of growth, and transformation. Both hurt, but only one suffering leads to victory. Dom chose his suffering, and in return, the world gave him everything. He enters the tailor shop, looking in the mirror. The victim is gone. The man staring back is a warrior who earned his peace. If you are watching this, and you are hurting, broken, or alone, good. That suffering is your fuel. Do not run from it. Embrace the burn. Let it destroy your weakness, because to truly win in this life, you must suffer.